Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn English prose. Chapter 32 The Noble Monkey. In a forest glade on the banks of the river Ganga, there was a tall, shady mango tree. Every year it bore big, juicy mangoes that were very sweet to taste. In the forest there lived hundreds of monkeys with their king. The Monkey King was bigger, stronger, and also wiser than all the other monkeys. The monkeys loved the mango trees for its spreading branches, cool shade, and delicious fruit. They often played about on the tree and enjoyed eating the tasty mangoes. Their king warned them, "Don't let even a single mango fall into the river. If the current carries it down to the land of men, they will come here in search of the heavenly fruit and destroy the peace in this land." However, however, a ripe mango fell into the river and was carried with the flow to the city of Benares. It was found by a fisherman who had never seen anything like it before. So he presented it to the king. When the king tasted a slice of the fruit, he liked it very much. He shared it with his queen and ministers. They all loved its flavor, and in the end, it was decided that a search party should be sent to find the tree that bore such divine fruit. A fleet of rafts sailed up the river carrying many of the courtiers and the king himself. By and by, the fleets of rafts reached the forest glade on the bank of the river and also found the mango tree laden with fruit. The king and the courtier were overjoyed. When the king's men noticed the monkeys enjoying the fruit, they were annoyed. They decided to drive them away mercilessly. They sent volleys of arrows to kill the monkeys and to scare them away for good. The Monkey King swung to the other side of the river and ordered the others to do the same. "Move quickly! Save your lives by vanishing deep into the forest on the other bank," he urged. However, he soon realized that the river stream was too wide for the others to follow. Quick as lightning, he did something very unusual. Catching hold of a tall cane with his legs, he swung back to the side where the other monkeys waited. Then he took firm hold of a branch of a tree. This way, he made a bridge across the river with his own strong body. The Monkey King then ordered the monkeys to rush to the other side over his own body. The monkeys lost no time in following his command. The Monkey King's body was being trampled upon and bruised and injured by the rushing hordes of monkeys. But he did not waver. He kept a tight hold over the cane and the branch till the last monkey landed safely on the other side. By then, he was badly injured and had lost all his strength. He fell down in a swoon. The king of Benares was watching this with amazement. He was touched by the bravery and sacrifice of the great Monkey King. He asked his men to stop shooting arrows. The unconscious Monkey King was gently lifted from the bank of the river and placed on the couch near the king of Benares. The king tried his best to revive the great ape. After a while, the Monkey King slowly opened his eyes. "Why did you sacrifice your life in this way?" said the king of Benares. "The monkeys are like my children. I am their chief and guide, and it is my duty to protect them. They are now safe and I die a happy death. I am glad I could do my duty. So saying, the great ape closed his eyes forever. The king of Benares never forgot the great sacrifice that he had witnessed. Moral of the story: self sacrifice is the greatest sacrifice. I hope you have understood this lesson well. Thank you for watching.